Most people are accidentally killing their fat burning every single night and have no idea it's happening. You could be doing everything right, but just 1 or 2 mistakes after 5 p.m. and you flip the switch from burning fat to storing it. So I'm going to show you the exact habits to follow so that you never sabotage your progress again. Some take just 2 to 5 minutes and can improve your weight loss efforts by as much as 600%. So let's get started. The first habit after 5 p.m. was all about your last meal of the day, because it sets the tone for how your body spends the night. If that meal spikes your blood sugar and then keeps your insulin high, you'll go to bed in fat storage mode. But if you build it right, you'll burn fat all night long. When it comes to preparing dinner, most people don't realize that your body processes food more efficiently earlier in the day. So as evening approaches, your metabolism slows, your insulin sensitivity drops, and you're more likely to store calories as fat instead of burn them. A smaller, well-balanced dinner will work better with your circadian rhythm. Larger dinners can raise cortisol levels at nighttime, they interfere with your melatonin production, and they hurt your sleep quality and recovery. So I try to eat the majority of my calories or my intake earlier in the day, and then keep dinner portions or that meal in the day much smaller. So this could include protein, size of a fist, or you can have a pretty healthy dose of protein at night. It's not going to impact you too much. 2 to 3 big handfuls of non-starchy vegetables. You're thinking extra fiber, extra micronutrients. I love cauliflower and broccoli and carrots, cucumbers. Those are some of my favorite at nighttime. Healthy fat. Olive oils drizzled over top of a salad, a half avocado, or even a handful of nuts is one of my favorite if I need a little side dish snack with the dinner. When planning a meal, I think in terms of protein, fat, and fiber instead of protein, fat, and carbohydrates. Broccoli, bread, and brownies all count as carbohydrates, but they do completely different things in your body. You see, fiber has predictable healthy effects. It slows the release of glucose in your blood. It keeps your insulin levels down. It keeps you feeling full. Getting fiber from foods like vegetables or beans, lentils, or whole grains that don't have the nutrients stripped off of them actually supports fast. That's why going no carb can backfire because you lose out on all the fiber. In a year-long study, participants eating high fiber, high protein meals lost an average of 12.9% of their body weight. And the group eating lower protein, lower fiber meals only lost 2% in the same period. So don't skip the fiber. That said, there definitely are foods that you do want to avoid. If you've been here a while, you probably heard my CRAP acronym to remember them. C, processed carbohydrates, sugars. This is bread, pasta, rice, pastries, sweet sauces, sweet dressings, anything with lots of sugar or the nutrients, the fiber stripped away. R, rancid oils, canola, soybean, corn. These are found in most store-bought packaged goods, dressings, marinades. Gotta watch out for them. A stands for artificial ingredients. These include fake sweeteners like sucralose, dyes of any kind, preservatives in packaged, condiments or light labeled products. The P of CRAP stands for processed proteins. This is cheap deli meat. This is breaded patties. These are frozen nuggets, oftentimes filled with a lot of fillers. Those foods push insulin up, inflame your body, and they give your liver a lot of extra work when it comes to repair mode that should be happening at nighttime. And while we're talking about what to skip, avoiding caffeine late in the day or with dinner can also make a big difference because it can interrupt your deep sleep. Steer clear of alcohol as well. That can also impact your sleep, and your body will be prioritizing burning the alcohol off instead of burning fat. And it can also raise your nighttime blood sugar levels. I'll include a link in the description for a guide with all the best foods to eat, some of my top recommended dinners that taste great without taking you out of that fat burning mode, get you some help. Now, once your last meal is on your plate, the next decision is when you're going to eat it. The timing matters more than most people realize. Your body runs on a rhythm, a 24-hour schedule for everything everything from hormone release to how well you burn or store energy. During the day, you process food better. You're more likely to burn it for fuel. At nighttime, your metabolism slows down, your insulin sensitivity drops, as we said, and the same meal that would be used for energy at lunch is now more likely to be stored as fat. So science backs this up. In one study, people who ate the exact same meal at 10 p.m. instead of 6 p.m. burned about 10% less fat overnight, had blood sugar levels 15 to 20 points higher, and they saw cortisol spike as much as 50% just from the timing of their meal. Late night eating also disrupts hunger hormones the next day. So you pay for it the next day too. It suppresses leptin. That's the hormone that makes you feel full. It increases ghrelin, that little gremlin, the hormone that makes you hungry, and that can lead to overeating the following day as well. So the rule of thumb is finish eating at least 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. The earlier you can go, the better. If you go to bed at 10, you got to finish by 7 or 8 o'clock. That's at minimum. And if you've pushed it to 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock, even better. Stretching that gap to 3 or even 4 hours can have even bigger impact on the quality of your sleep. So if you slide it earlier, you're sleeping better. For more serious fat loss, consider early time-restricted eating, or what I call night fasting. Eat your last meal in mid-afternoon, as early as 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. You're burning that thing up by the time you hit 6, and you're already in fat-burning mode by the time you go to bed. Studies show that people who ate all their meals between 8 o'clock and 2 o'clock were 53% less likely to become obese. Even though both groups ate the same amounts of food, just eating it earlier made a huge difference. So if you're going to try night fasting, you don't need to jump straight to 2 p.m. cutoff. Start by moving up just 30 minutes at a time. And each couple days or each week, try trimming it a little further. Or just trim your eating window from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Can make a massive difference. If you want to learn more about night fasting, how to get the most out of it, watch my other video where I share my blueprint to lose 20 pounds in 30 days. Night fasting is one of the key components to it. I'll put a link for that in the description for you. Next, the third habit after 5 p.m. kicks in as soon as you put down the fork. You have a short window here that can make a big difference in your fat loss. After a meal, especially at night, your blood sugar naturally rises up. It peaks somewhere between 30 and 90 minutes after you eat. If you stay seated during that time, your muscles aren't using the glucose that's rushing through your bloodstream. So more of it gets stored away, gets sent into your liver, starts getting converted to be stored as fat. If you move during that time, especially in the first 30 minutes after eating, your muscles act like a sponge. They pull the glucose out of your bloodstream and they start burning it as energy as long as they're getting used. So what should you do? Go for a walk. Move. Anyway, but a walk is the easiest. Walking after a meal can lower circulating insulin levels, let your body shift towards fat burning a lot sooner before bed. Studies show evening exercise can improve insulin sensitivity by as much as 25% more than morning exercise. But you don't have to do it long. Even 2 to 5 minutes can make a huge difference. Aim for 10 to 30 if you can do it, and it'll give you the best results. In one study, people who walked 30 to 60 minutes after lunch and after dinner lost 3 to 6 more pounds in a month without changing their diet. That was the only change. The bonus benefit is that walking after dinner can help reduce cravings that often get you later in the evening, which then leads to the next habit that you should do after 5 p.m. Crushing your cravings before they start. Even after you've eaten a solid dinner, cravings can sneak in and they can sabotage your progress really fast. We've all experienced this. If you don't have a plan for those moments, your feelings take over and they can undo all the work that you just did by eating the right food at the right time. So the first step is remove the triggers. One way I do this is by literally closing the kitchen. Nurse Living Good will announce, kitchen's closed for the evening, lights off, counters clear, dishes done. You could also take the next step and even brush your teeth right after dinner, because we don't like sabotaging the habit of, well, if I eat, then I gotta rebrush my teeth again, right? It not only signals to your brain that you're done eating, but that toothpaste flavor also just makes food way more unappetizing. If cravings still show up, have some healthy options prepared to satisfy without spiking blood sugar levels. One of my favorites is I have a mixed nut bowl. They're raw nuts and they're dry roasted pistachios and or pumpkin seeds mixed in, and those are usually salted. So I get a little bit of salty, I get the raw nuts with lots of nutrients, and it's a very higher fat, higher protein, but lower carbohydrate snack that doesn't pull me out of fat burning mode so quickly. Another easy one is chia water. You add a tablespoon or 2 of chia seeds to water, let them sit for 15 to 30 minutes. Chia seeds absorb 10 to 15 times their weight in liquid, and they form a tiny gel coating as they soak it up. So when you drink them, they fill your stomach up without many calories, lots of good fiber. It sends a signal to your brain that you've just had enough to eat. Another option is chia seed pudding. This is my favorite. It's creamy, slightly sweet, and it feels like dessert without the sugar crash. I won't go into the recipe here, but it's in my other videos on chia seed recipes for weight loss. I'm going to put that link in the description for you. If you don't like chia seeds, you could try lemon water. Many people mistake thirst for hunger. Just some lukewarm, room temperature, slightly warm, slightly cool lemon water, some good flavor. It hydrates, and it can be a calming evening ritual. And it's really good for the liver as well. Or if you prefer something to chew on, go for cucumber slices. They are 96% water, so they hydrate you while you eat. They give you a little bit of a crunch. They only have about 8 calories and half a cup. Fills you up, gives you that crunch satisfaction without spiking those blood sugar levels or causing weight gain. Now, once you've taken care of cravings or minimized them, you can take your evening fat burning results even further with a few targeted supplements. Apple cider vinegar is the first. Taking it before bed improves insulin sensitivity, keeps blood sugar from spiking overnight. It also helps you stay more full longer, slows down stomach emptying. So the best way to take it, 1 to 2 tablespoons in a full glass of water. Drink it 15 to 30 minutes before your last meal or up to an hour before bedtime. You can use a straw if you want to protect your teeth. You could add in some lemon, you could add in some cinnamon just to try to mask that taste a little bit. Or if you prefer, you can take it in a capsule form. The one that I created, I'll put it in the link below. You can take 3 capsules and it's equivalent to taking 1 tablespoon of the liquid. I just don't love the liquid, so I like to use the capsule form. You can easily add that in around dinner time at night. The next supplement up I recommend taking before bedtime is magnesium. Magnesium is involved in over 300 processes inside the body, including blood sugar regulation. Studies show that people with higher magnesium intake have a 51% lower risk of obesity. So taking 200 to 400 milligrams before bed helps you fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and it helps to keep your hormones in fat burning rhythm overnight. There's all kinds of good forms of magnesium, glycinate, citrates, different chelates. Your body needs all of them, not just one singular form. It's taken to different areas of your body, your muscles to recover, your digestive system to process food, your brain to calm down and de-stress. Different forms of magnesium. Magnesium is the mineral. Citrate and aspartate and malate, all of these take it to different areas of the body. So I usually use, and I created a 7-in-1 formula of the 7 different types of magnesium that your body needs in different areas so that you can top yourself up on that nutrient. I'll put a link for that below as well. The third evening supplement I recommend is moringa. It's called the miracle tree because of how powerful it is and how nutrient dense it is. It's one of the most nutrient dense plants on the planet. 92 different nutrients, 46 different antioxidants. So similar to magnesium, moringa helps improve so many different areas of the body. Insulin sensitivity, lowering blood sugar levels. It also helps you reduce cortisol, especially while you're sleeping. It supports melatonin production for better sleep. And in a 16-week study, people that took a moringa-based blend lost 6 times more fat than the placebo group, even with no other changes to their diet, no other changes to their routine. So if you decide to start taking it, I recommend about 1,000 milligrams of pure organic leaf powder, not the extract, the actual leaves powder. Take it 30 to 60 minutes before bed. It slows down the grinding of the gears and allows them to be lubricated to help your body heal while you're sleeping with all those antioxidants and nutrients. Be careful with which one you get. A lot of the products are very low quality, where they're using the extracts instead of the whole leaf. Some are grown in poor quality areas or poor quality soil. So if you want to try the one that me and my family use, the one I use during the day or use at nighttime, I'll put a link to that one below in the description as well. It's clean, it's organic, it sells out really really often. It's extremely popular. So the link's below, grab it while you can. Now, you don't have to do any of those supplements. Those are just the ones that really help myself, my family, and thousands of people that follow along and use those tools. But there's so many good habits that you can do. Eat the right meal, going for a walk, crushing your cravings. You can use some of those tools for nighttime supplements, but the final step is to get a good night's sleep. That last hour before bed determines how quickly you fall asleep, your sleep latency, how deep your sleep is, and how much fat you burn while you sleep. So it's critical that you have the right bedtime routine. The first step is to make bedtime consistent so your rhythm works best because you're going to bed around the same time every night, no matter if it's the weekend or a weeknight. In one study, people whose bedtimes varied by more than 90 minutes from night to night gained 2 to 3% more body fat in 6 months. And that happened even though that they slept the same total hours. When it comes to sleep volume, most adults see best results between 8 and 8.5 hours per night. If that's not possible for you, aim for at least 6, but stay below 9. Too much is not always a better thing. Next, you want to make sure that you have a bedtime routine that ensures that you get plenty of deep sleep and that it's fat-burning sleep. And that starts by reducing the light, especially blue light in your room before bed. 3 hours of evening blue light exposure raises insulin resistance by 19%. It raises your blood sugar by 14 points, it disrupts melatonin, and it throws off your circadian rhythm. So shut down the screens if you can, 60 to 90 minutes before bed. If you can't, switch your devices to night mode so it will remove that blue light, or you can wear blue light blocking glasses. In addition, you want to set up your room to make staying asleep a lot easier. Keep it cool. You can even get it as low, if you can bear it, to 66 degrees, and that has been shown to boost overnight fat burning by as much as 10%, getting it that cool. Make it dark enough, block the windows, use curtains so that you can't see your hand in front of your face if you can get it to that, but as dark as you can. Just a small amount of light in a room while you're sleeping has been linked to higher rates of weight gain. So now that your evenings are dialed in, set the stage for your body to burn fat all night long and not sabotage yourself. What happens when you wake up? The wrong daytime habits can erase all the progress that you're making with your nighttime consistency. So in the next video, I will walk you through exactly how I'd start the day if I needed to drop 30 pounds fast. The first thing I would put in my body, the exact eating schedule that I'd follow, the daily mistakes that can wipe out an entire night of fat burning. This approach has already helped over 1 million people, and it can help you too. I'll include the link to that video right here. Click to watch it next, and I'll see you over there.